Okay, so there is no need to skip ahead. I'm going to get right into it. In this video, I'm going to show you the 4 different tactics I use to place my Rez Beacon, and I'm going to try to teach you on how you can use them too. You've got the safe spots, which are less likely to be destroyed, but will take slightly longer for the team to get back into the fights. Fast Rez spots, more risky, shorter time for the team to get back into the fight. The quick dash, or the quick pump and dump, is what I like to call it sometimes. And last but not least, the Kobe. With all that being said, let's get started. Right, off to the first map we go. Okay, so first up is going to be the Kobe. On this map, when you spawn and you're defending down there, let's say you just died, right, and you're trying to get back into your team, you can use the Kobe. If you come down here and you jump up and then you just quickly dash your thing as far out as you can, not only is this in one of the best spots anyway for this checkpoint, but you can do it from so far away. That way you can save someone's life, especially if they're low. However, that's if the checkpoint's like around here, and your teammates are trying to hold it off. But for now, the game just started, right? Where would I put it? I would always put it here. It's in a safe location. No one's going to really go inside there. Why would I put it there? And, why not in here or something, if you're wondering? That is because if I place it in here, it might be good for like the first few seconds, but after, and it's going to be very awkward for your Luna to get out from here, or like some of your other heroes or allied heroes that don't have really escapes or anything, and you can get them killed. You don't want them to spawn there because they're not going to go the long way around, and even if they do go the long way around, they're wasting so much time and you're going to lose the fight anyway. So let's say you placed it there, you res someone, but now your Rez Beacon's back and you're constantly healing, right? So with Rocket Raccoon, you want to constantly heal your team and you provide your team a constant health regen, right? That is where Rocket shines. The moment you look away, or the moment your team's just going to get melted and they're going to lose all their health. Why? Rocket Raccoon doesn't really heal that much anyway. He just provides a constant health regen, and you need to provide it. So you might not have the time, basically what I'm trying to say is to like go back down here, look into this corner and then throw it, because by that time your team might die. What do you do then? Well, you got 2 other spots and locations that you can do. You could place it into this corner. This corner is very good because obviously they're not going to check this corner. They never really check this corner. The only thing that might happen is a flanker might come from here, then maybe might see it, see the armor packs on the floor and then see it there. But you just got to keep an eye on your beacons anyway. Like in general, with all the spots that I'm going to show you on this, you should always like keep an eye on your beacon. The moment someone makes eye contact with your beacon or goes around where your beacon is, destroy it. If there was a Black Panther here fighting and he decided to make an escape into this room and my beacon's here, I'm going to destroy it. I'm not going to risk it. There's no point. I'd rather wait 5 seconds than 40 seconds. That was one spot. The other spot is this spot right here. A bit more risky. You can this one's definitely a bit more risky than that one, and they can see this one. But like I said, the moment they make eye contact, destroy it. Now, what do you do when they're here? The spot that I place onto, like I said, I usually do the Kobe from spawn, and I place it down here. This is going to give your team a high ground. So as soon as they spawn, they have a choice to make. Like either they can jump down or they can stay up here. It's completely up to them, but it's very good for your DPS as well. And someone like, for example, like Moon Knight, if you can get him up there, like you're gonna have an advantage immediately anyway. Okay, so let's talk about this checkpoint. So the car is there and they are coming. Where do I put it? Well, I put it into this corner. So with Rocket, if you just corner it, if you just like aim up and aim at the corner, the beacon will naturally like position itself into the corner anyway. It will like bounce off the corners and then it will like get relatively close to the corner. So that's where I usually put it. Now this is what I call a fast res location. It's very close to the point. What you need to understand is with your res beacons, you can place it in a safe location, right? For example, I can place this res beacon all the way back down here too. But the reason why I'm not and I'm placing it there is because this is much closer to the point. You also have to consider the time it's going to take for your teammates to get back into the fight is what I'm trying to say. The shorter time it takes for your teammates to get back into the fight, the more effective your res beacon is going to be. If my Groot just died that has 2000 HP and 2 seconds is really back into the fight versus 5 seconds, it's going to be a massive difference. So that's a spot that I use. However, if they haven't pushed around this corner yet, you can place it behind this wall. That's also another good spot. Once they start pushing around here, once we're around here and we're trying to hold it off, what I do is I can place it here, right? Or if we're holding them off here and they haven't pushed through yet, I could do a quick dash, a quick pump and dump down there. Now, the reason why this quick pump and dump works is it's very rare, but you have to do it if, for example, your Rez Beacon just came up and one of your allies are about to die. You need to think of quick places where you can just quickly look and dash your Rez Beacon into. I cannot quickly dash into there because there might be, like, the enemies there. I know that location is going to be relatively safe to quickly get off a res. Another great spot is going to be behind this wall here. Most of the time, the enemies won't go into here because if they, if they made a flank from here, they're usually just going to dive onto you lot. They would rarely go into this room and then try to go all the way around or something like that. So that room's pretty good. That pretty much covers it for this location though. Next up, for this location here, usually you don't really want to, once they get this checkpoint, you want to back all the way off and your teammates are going to be around here and they're going to come from around there. So what I like to do is, if they still haven't pushed through, I could place it like, well, obviously not there, just right around there or something. And that's pretty good. The reason why this is good is because it would dash out like armor packs onto the point and your teammates will get as they're walking through, because your teammates are like monkeys. You really have to spoon feed them these armor packs for them to collect it, because for some reason they just avoid it like COVID. I don't know why, but they just do. So a great location you might be thinking of is this room right here. This isn't good. Why? You need to pay attention because this wall does get destroyed. In majority of your games, you realize that this wall does get destroyed. And that is another thing you need to consider with Rocket whenever you're placing your beacon. Is the wall that you're making it hide behind gonna get destroyed, or does it get destroyed quite often? Because majority of the time, if you realize, the answer to that will be yes. And then let's say they're pushing up around here, right? Let's say they're pushing up around the corner and you cannot place it there anymore. Where would I place it? I'd place it up in here. No one checks here. I guarantee you've also barely been up here as well. You didn't even know that there's like a third set of stairs going up here. I can guarantee you this. Yeah, no one really goes up here. No one really checks this area. So you can place it here. This is a great spot as well. And when they're just about to win the game, it's very hard for you to place a good res beacon. Why? If you place it in that corner, they'll see it. If you place it in this corner, they'll see it. Majority of places, they'll see it. There's two locations here that you can place into. One location being right here. Very hidden, you can't see shit. However, if you're saying you want another location, the other location I'll give you is this windowsill area right here. It's pretty thick, so even if they're there and they look to the right, they won't be able to see it. Sure, they'll see the armor packs, but are they going to be bothered to get it? That's completely up to you. You could place it a bit more towards the edge if you want, but yeah, I wouldn't really try placing my res beacon around towards the right because a lot of the time, like their DPS and stuff will contest it, and it's just you're gonna have to keep removing it most of the time. So those are pretty much the most OP spots that I use on this map. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the spots I use on offense. Now, on attack, on these cart maps on attack, I'm not gonna really go into too much detail because most of the time you just move it up with the payload and place it behind you, behind the wall that's nearby. That's pretty good and self-explanatory. But you know, there's still a few good spots that I'd like to talk about. So the game just started, you're attacking, and where do you want to place it? You want to place it over here. This is going to be good until you get like super far ahead, at least until you get the cart to like around here. Once the cart is around here, I usually use this massive statue. You can place it behind it as well. However, like I said, if they have a Black Panther that, or like a Psylocke that's always flanking, that's always going around, you don't want to do that. You can even place a res beacon into here, into the same corner that I told you guys before. But the number one great location you can move it to after that area is in this room here. If you dig it in deep into that corner, that will cover like your friends from dying. Like even if they die down here, it will still cover them and it will make them get rezzed up. And yeah, it's a pretty good room. Now let's say you're attacking, you're around here. Where do I place it? I'll place it into that corner, and then if not, I will go up here. If none of them is contesting the high ground, or if they have moved back around there, then I will just go up here and then just place a res beacon in there as well. Another great location. And then I'll push up. Let's just say we're fighting. Let's say I don't have that spot and I wasn't bothered to go up there and climb up. I could place it onto this wall here. That's all good. Instead of placing it here, where I would place it is right here. That room is pretty risky. Like they always go up in there to check, and then you know you might see like a flanker or two. If you place it here and you res your Doctor Strange, let's say you're fighting for the point here, you guys are getting pushed back. Your Strange just died, and oh wait, he's getting rezzed, but they don't know where we're slowly falling back, and then he gets like a 5-man ult. And it has happened before many times. That is a very, very good location where you can make some crazy outplay. Once you push them back a little bit like around there, then this spot is actually very, very usable and it's pretty good. But apart from that, that's pretty much it. You can use behind this wall as long as you don't shoot the destroyed areas. And once you push up on attack and you're getting the point and you're on the last point, you can actually use the staircase yourself. The staircase is very good. Like I said, no one really checks it, so you can just quickly, like as you're fighting, you can just quickly look there, dash it, quick pump and dump, and then just go back to the fight, and then yeah, just hold it off like that. That window on the right of that staircase would also allow your teammates to flank on attack. So if they want to, they can jump out that windowsill and then make their way to the back line. That is it for the first map. Let's go on to the next one. Also, if I do sound like I am on crack or if I'm speaking too fast, I do apologize. I just value your time and I don't want to waste it. So I'm just trying to get through this as fast as I can. Now, over here on this map, the number one spot that I do use is going to be into this corner here. That corner right there. Why? Because it digs in deep into the point, so you can get pretty close up to the point, like literally around there, and it will cover most of the people dying on the point. Granted, it might not cover the other half. Your 4 or your Venom dies around there or whatever, then it won't res them, which is the only issue because it's pretty much out of their radius. But hopefully the monkeys in your team will decide to fall back before they die, or at least to die at least on your half, and they won't be just inting towards their half of the team when they shouldn't be. Yeah, that's the number one spot that I use, and the reason why I don't like using this room is because most of the assassins and the DPS and stuff will use it. The thing is, you can place it up here, but they are going to see it and they will shoot it. So it won't work. Same with here. So as for this map, there is literally only 2 spots that you can use. Now granted, you can also place it on this staircase down here. It is a bit more hidden. The lower down you place it, the better it's going to be, because then then they might not see it. I would only do that if I'm not bothered to go back up here and then to place one up there. On this map, because there isn't really that many great spots anyway, you can do a quick pump. Let's say you're fighting, right, and you're trying to win the point or whatever, and all shit's going down and it's now or never, and this is the last fight. It's in overtime. You can just do like a quick pump into there and then go back. You can even place it behind these walls quickly, but it all depends on the situation that you're in. But most of the time, the number one safe spot on this map is going to be this corner right here. Okay, next up we have this map. Now with these domination maps, I will not show it on the other side because they're mirrored. So whatever I'm saying for one side, then obviously if you spawn on the other side, you can just mirror it and it will be the exact same thing. So the first spot I'll place it into is going to be here, right? And that will cover like at least the first fight until we decide on who actually gets the point and who doesn't. Now, same thing, like I said, it's on the other side, so I'll place it onto here or like into there, into any one of those gaps. The next spot that I would maybe throw it into is going to be down here behind this wall and like into that corner as much as I can. That would only happen if I'm getting pushed back, right? And the whole team's here and like they're trying to push us back and we're fighting around here. And I'll just throw it down there. Let's say we got them off the point, now they're respawning down there and we're just fighting here. We're trying to like push them off the point. The best location would be for you to place it into here. And this golden wall thing doesn't really get destroyed, so yeah, that's pretty good. This whole building, this whole statue, everything here like crumbles down, even that crumbles down, and a lot of places do get destroyed. So okay, now we are on the throne room map. Now at the start of this map, your team might push off towards the right. That is perfectly fine. You can place it behind any one of these two walls if they push up towards the right, and you should be Gucci, because we just wiped them out, so we know that they're not going to come from here, and the only ones remaining are the ones on the point. So you can actually place the beacon here until you clear the point. Let's say after you clear the point, where do you put it? Well, where I usually put it on this map, you only have really two locations. You can place it behind this wall here or behind this wall. Either one is pretty much just the same. And yeah, that is about it. You can place it up onto here. However, this floor does get destroyed quite often, and it can be a nuisance if it does destroy your res beacon if you place it here. And a lot of people do also sometimes come up here and to check this platform. Like a lot of their DPSs, like especially if they have like a Hawkeye or something, they might be up there and then come here and then, you know, just move around a lot. So yeah, you don't want to do that. The thing about this map is there's not really that many spots. Like you can't place it behind these pillars. The pillars get destroyed. Can't really place it to the left. Down here, they're gonna use the health pack. This map really does suck for spots. If you're feeling adventurous, if you're feeling spicy, and you know, if you want to experiment with your beacon life, you can come up here and place it onto there. Now, granted, the bot did shoot it, and yeah, that chandelier does fall, so you'd want to do that at the start of the map instead of later on, because chances are later on that chandelier is not going to be there anymore. So here's another map where you can do the Kobe. You just died, right, and your teammates are still on the point trying to fight. What you can do is get as high as you can and throw it as far as you possibly can. Now, obviously, I got very unlucky there. I actually hit this. You want to get close enough to the point where you can throw it beyond this and not hit the bridge like I did. I actually done it horribly, so because then that will make it bounce back, as you can see. But you want to get at least either onto the bridge or just close up to the door. Speaking of the door, this is also a very great location. You know, most of the time the enemies won't ever come here and check on the other side of the door. Now, the place that I use for majority of my games and where I would always place my beacon is going to be into this corner here. No one really uses this back road here, and it's pretty hidden even if they do check it. So even if they do look around here, they won't really see the beacon. Now, I want to talk about a simple mistake that someone I was coaching made recently. So what they would do is they'll place the beacon into here. Whilst this is good, in most of your games, this wall here will be getting destroyed and it will be broken, and they can see the beacon. And even when it was broken, he was still placing it there. He had no other way. The thing is, he didn't really think of a second location to put his beacon. You should always think of multiple locations to place your beacon into and have like an alternative if one doesn't work. So that's one location. Behind the gate is another location. Another location you can put it up onto is going to be up here. However, if they have like an Iron Man, a Spider-Man and stuff like that, then you can see how well they're targeting it. It still might be hidden from them. They still might not see it. However, if you do place it here, the armor packs are going to bounce up onto the point as well, which is very, very good. And it goes back to what I said about spoon feeding your teammates the armor pack. So every now and then it will spit out some armor packs down to the floor and onto your team as well. Another location I have placed it into is very risky. It's a quick pump and dump. It's like, let's say I'm fighting on the point and, you know, we're doing whatever. I'll go down here and then I'll just throw my beacon like down there. The reason why is because this room's going to be heavily contested. Up there's contested. Like, they're all around the point, right? They're upstairs, they're down there, they're everywhere. Like, I might not have that many good locations to place it into. And if I look up and just place it down there, like, most of them aren't going to look behind them or to the left, so that's why I do that. The same guy that I was coaching that made that mistake also wanted to place his beacon here. I get his thought process. It's behind his team and it's next to a health pack and it's not visible. However, this is a health pack that is heavily used by people, not only by your own allies but by enemies too. That is what you need to think about when you are placing these beacons. Is it might be hidden well and everything and close to the point and everything you want. However, is it in someone's pathway and is it heavily used? You need to also think about that too. Now, as you push back here, let's say they got the checkpoint, right, and they're gonna push up. What I like to do is I like to place the beacon here. Most of the time they'll just dive you and look to the left, but obviously keep an eye out. If they do make eye contact, then cancel it. Another great location you can put it into if you want to be super safe is going to be right here. It's a bit further back and it would work better once they do push up a little bit, at least up to there. And then as they push up, you can put it into there. And then if they're pushing up even further than this, like, and you know, they're coming around there, I like to hold out in this location here with my res beacon for a while. I placed it horribly, but you want to place it into there. Yeah, you just want to place it into there, and then I just hold that area out until they literally come and get the checkpoint. And once they do get that checkpoint, you want to fall back. Now, once you are holding up around here or around this doorway, where I like to place it is right here. The reason why I don't like to place it into that room or into this gap, because we can get easily flanked from there. There has been many times when, you know, I've seen a Psylocke in there, a Magic in there trying to get kills and trying to flank our back line. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't like to place it into that room. That will res anyone that dies within its proximity, and it does cover a pretty wide radius, so that's pretty good. Now let's say they're pushing up around here and they're trying to get the last point. Right, where do you put it? I know you can struggle over here because everything's visible and it can be very hard for you to place a beacon. Now over here, what you can do is you can obviously Colby it and just place it there, or just even more further into that room. However, they still might be able to see it, and you might not have the time, you might miss aim it, it might drop down. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. What I usually do, and what I'd recommend you to do too, is just to place into any one of these corners here and just heal bot your team from down here. And obviously, if they do try to dive you, you just want to quickly just cancel your res beacon and you want to fly up and just avoid death and just run around and then wait for the 5 seconds and then place it back and then go back to heal button. Chances are when you do fly up and get away from them, they're not going to stick onto you and try and chase you. They're trying to win the point. They need to be quick. They cannot waste their time chasing the recruit. That's just like, you know, running around on the wall super fast with a tiny hitbox. They're not going to do that. Now time for the spots when we are attacking on this map, which surprisingly there is a few. All right, we just spawned. We're trying to get the point. Where do I place it? I can place it here into this corner. This wall never gets destroyed and it's indestructible, so it's pretty good. You can place it right here into this corner. However, if your team's playing a bit more aggressive and, you know, they're like around here and stuff, you can place it onto this wall here. Place it right behind there. Once we're all on the point and we're trying to capture it, then yeah, that's another good spot that you can place it into. And yeah, that's about it until you get the point. Now, once we have gotten the point, if we're getting spawn trapped, I can just place the beacon here. Most of the time when you're attacking, this top platform should be yours. Your team should be contesting it over their team. Most of the time, the defensive team will be on the floor and stuff. And you can place it onto here too. No one goes through here, no one checks it. By the time you make it to down there, you can place it into here, but most of the time these windows will be destroyed and they might see it. However, if you place it like all the way up onto the wall, then they might not see it. Very, very good location here that you can place into, and that is right here into this corner. Just watch out for the backline divers. If they do spot it, you need to destroy it early. However, fast res location that you can place it into would be over here. You are very, very close to the point. It's going to take you like 0.5 seconds for your teammates to get back into the point. It's not visible, at least it's not that visible. It's covered by a wall. Most of the time, the defensive team will not use that door or will not be aggressive to try and make like a backdoor flank. And even if they are going to make a backdoor flank to your team, they would use the second platform to jump down onto your team. Or you can place it here if you want to be super safe, and if you're a pussy, you know, that's up to you. And as you're pushing up, you can place it into that corner there too. You know, if you just got the checkpoint and they're holding off down there, you can place it there. Because if you do place it there, they're not going to see it behind the boxes. So that's another great location. Let's say you've pushed up and the cart is here. You can place it down here, or you can go ahead and place it into this building. The reason why I say you can place it into this building is because if you do place it somewhere like here, you're giving your team the option to either go back to your team and to not risk it and to just to fight with you, or you're giving them the option to just make a backline, like, you know, flank. And it's going to be very, very impactful, especially if you have heroes like I said, like Moon Knight. Got the high ground, can place an Ankh and ult immediately and just get like a 5-piece easily just because you place your beacon here. That map is done. Let's move on to the next one. Now on defense, your team should be holding that around here. A great location for this map on defense is going to be this staircase right here. No one really checks this staircase. If you do want something else, can destroy this and place it behind the van. This van isn't destroyable. However, the best spot that has worked out for me on defense is those staircases right there. Let's say I just died and I got back into the fight and the car is around here. My teammates are fighting. I would place it right here. Let's say you didn't die and, you know, you're just falling back. Great location is in this corner right here. If you dig it in deep, it can be very hard for the enemy to see it. However, if you don't like that one either, another great spot is in this room here, into this corner. I have never seen an enemy go into this room, and what I like to do on defense is to just stay here, heal bot like this, and if I do get dived, I'll use my 2 boosters to go up onto the roof and then heal bot from up here. Then just rinse and repeat. If they dive me, then I go back to this floor and then I just, you know, heal like that, and then oh wait, they're trying to kill me again, then I'll go back another level. It's like there's 3 levels to this, so you can like really just abuse it however you please. And if you do need to place a res beacon while you are doing this, you can place a res beacon just there and just do like a quick pump and dump, and that'll be perfectly fine. Great, they just got the checkpoint. Usually your team will hold up the point around here. This is going to be the first hold up location. You can place the res beacon around here, like right here. It's still pretty out in the open. It is covered by the tree, and you want to place it so it's covered on that side too, so just like somewhere like right around here. A top tier location that you probably wouldn't know is this location right here. If you climb with Rocket, you can destroy this, climb into here and then place it into here. But one of the best god spots you will ever see on this game is going to be this spot right here. This spot, I don't like, No one has ever, in the many hours that I've spent playing Rocket, has destroyed that beacon over there. It is invisible. No one looks there. No one checks there. No one even knows that there's a left side to this house. I swear to you, no one checks there. But yeah, that's a very good location right there. I wouldn't recommend placing it behind this car because there's a lot of flankers. There's a lot of high ground locations that flankers and DPS carriers can get to. So behind this tree is pretty good. Granted, if they're like around there still and they haven't fully turned the corner and come around yet. If they do come around, then I just fall back and I place the beacon either into there. Here, if they have flankers and they're going around the whole map and I can't really place an aggressive res beacon like that, I wouldn't place it there and I would place it here, just to be safe. It's very important that you also place your res beacons depending on who you're up against too, guys. Is what I'm trying to say. That is pretty much it. Now let's say that they got that checkpoint too, then I would fall back and I can even place it up onto here. That's very risky. That's only if we're spawn trapping them, right? You can place it behind this wall here. That's another great location. Another great location will be right up onto this gap right here, which can be very good because the enemy has to come, like even if they're like poking in and out, they won't really see it. They have to like push up and see it around the corner. Now let's say that they're coming around the corner. Where would I place it? I would place it right here behind this wall. The enemy might use this area to flank your team and to get around, but however they will not check around here. And even if they are diving your team to spawn trap and to spawn kill you lot, they're not going to check towards the right. However, if you don't like that location, there's another location in this corner right here. It is very effective, and it's another location where the enemies won't look, and you can just heal bot around here. Oh, my res beacon's back. Let me just quickly place it there, then teleport back, and then just go back to healing and place my ult down. And it's pretty good. And even if you can't be bothered to go all the way down there, don't forget you can always do a quick pump and dump towards the right. Great, let's say we're attacking and the round just started. What would I do? Well, I'll push up and around this corner, and like I said, the enemy team's probably going to be around there. However, if they're pushed up a little bit more, then just back down there. I'll place it down here first, and then if they're all the way back down there and we're slowly pushing them back, my next res beacon will go right there. Push up, I have either the staircase location again, or I can even place it into this health pack location here. Both will work perfectly fine. And to be honest, until we get this checkpoint here, I'll mainly spam this room right here. It can be prone to people coming here to get a health pack though, so if that does happen, just simply place it out here and you should be fine. And then yeah, I move on up, we get the checkpoint, and then after this checkpoint, if we're getting like shot from there and we're trying to hold out, I'll place it here behind this health pack because this isn't destroyable. So yeah, it's pretty good. We haven't really pushed through yet. I can also place it into this corner here, which is another great location. Move on up slowly and then come around here as we're around this corner here. Now when we're around this corner here, I would then dig it in deep into that corner, into that corner there. If you can't be bothered to go all the way back down there because you're here, another great location you can just do a quick pump and dump to is just down there into that corner, and you'll be perfectly fine. So I'll first place it there. As we're moving on up, place it behind this wall here. Just make sure you don't place it too far ahead, so to the point where if a DPS looks out from there, they see the res beacon, which it can be very possible, as you can see. So maybe placing it a little bit more back will be much more beneficial to you, like somewhere around here instead. You have another indestructible wall here behind this. You can place it behind this too. Now let's say you're pushing up to the final point. The best spot here is going to be right into this room here. After you push up around this corner, the enemy team, the defending team, will not really check this room, and it is very good and effective. So you can use this room too. Most of your allies will go into that room as well to get the health pack there, and whilst they do that, they can also collect a bit of armor packs. Can help them win the game and get their super jump. If for example you're still on the point and you want to find more places to place it to, you can place it down there. You can just jump up here and then place it here, so then they can flank the enemy team, or place it just down there. That can be very good too. Okay, now time for this next map. It is a domination map. Luckily, these domination maps, there isn't really that many places to, show. So the first location you can place it into is going to be in this corner right here. However, it does take a while for you to go back up there and then to place your beacon in that corner. So what I usually do is I just place it into here behind that wall, and I just keep an eye on it. If anyone dives on me and, comes onto me, then I'll cancel it. You can also place it up onto this area here. However, it's going to be very hard for you to keep track of on who goes up there and who doesn't. There is, like, for example, there's a wall here. I can't see if anyone's using this bounce pad to go up there, and then they might destroy it and stuff. So mainly the number one location I place it on this map is going to be behind this wall here. And sometimes if we're playing super aggressive, or if we're kind of winning anyway, I could place it behind this too. Or if we've killed them and we're pushing up and we're trying to hold it out here, right around here, and that will cover my team from dying that decided to push up onto their face for no reason. That's about it for this map. All right, let's make this one quick. Let's say you are getting spawn trapped and you can't really leave your spawn. It can happen on this map. Where you can place it is going to be right up into that corner there. Now this should help you leave the spawn. However, if the game just started and you're fighting around here, the spot that I place it immediately into is going to be right here. That is because I don't know who's going to win the fight or not. I don't know if my team's going to win or if their team's going to win. And let's say that my team did win. What I would then do is, what would then happen is my team would play around here and try to shoot them from spawn, like around here, and they might hold out around here. And if that happens, I would place it right here, or I can just rocket rocket jump and place it into this corner here. The reason why I wouldn't place it upstairs around here or anything is because this is their side and they might contest it, and yeah. However, this map does change. The middle part collapses. There's like a window opening where you can like see through here and you can see through there, and at that point I would stop placing my beacon there and I would come and start placing my beacon either here. Another good reliable spot would be up here onto your own side right next to the health pack, and for majority of the match, regardless of what changes and what doesn't, this will be very, very reliable. Now let's say you're getting spawn trapped here. You do have many corners that you can place it behind. You can place it behind there. It just depends on how deep you're getting spawn trapped. You can place it on the staircase, but yeah, if that's happening, you've got bigger things to worry about and you're probably going to lose the game anyway. I wouldn't recommend placing it here because I'm pretty sure this wall does get destroyed. Yep, the number one location that I like to put it on this map is going to be right behind here. It covers anyone that dies on the point and pretty wide to the left too. Now let's say you do kill them and your team does get the objective. What you can do, what might happen is your team might push up and play a bit aggressive. What you can do is place your beacon underneath here or on their side too. This will cover your teammates if they do die when you do push up and play aggressive, and allow them to get respawned and push back onto the point. Obviously, like I said, the spots that I'm showing you or the spots that I'm showing you, you can always do like a quick pump. Let's say you're fighting like this on the point and you know it's like the last battle. You can just place it behind this wall here and hope that they don't, you know, kill it in time, because if your ally just died and you placed it just before they died, that you only need like 2 seconds or 2 to 3 seconds to res them up. So as long as this can survive for 2 to 3 seconds, you should be Gucci. Trust me guys, there isn't that long left. I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can. There isn't that many maps left. Right, on defense, the first spot you can use is going to be this spot right here. Pretty good. Another good spot that you can use is going to be down there too. And the reason why I prefer this spot over that spot is because the Doctor Strange might portal sometimes up onto this platform and they might see your beacon. So that can be an issue. Now, there's been many times where I've just heal boyed around here, around this corner. I can even bounce it off this wall to heal my allies around the corner. If I am doing that, I can place it into that corner there, which is also very, very good. It can give me a constant supply of armor packs and help me survive. And if I get dived, I can just jump up to the higher ground. You can be a bit frisky and place up onto this platform here. However, their DPS might actually come here and contest the high ground to flank your team. Now, so let's say we're attacking now. The number one spot I would place it if we are attacking is that corner right there. God damn it, I failed. I'm letting Kobe down, man. I'll place it into this corner. Why? It digs in deep into the point, and yeah, you can res pretty much anyone that dies on the point, and it should res someone. Unless they're like super far deep, like around here or something, then yeah, then it might not res them. But for the majority of the time until you take the point, that spot will be Gucci. And let's say you haven't taken the point yet, you know, you're still fighting, where would you place it? I would back off towards the right and place it down here. Now, going back to defense, if I was defending the point and you know we're shooting them around here, you got another staircase location right here off to the side that you can place it into. That might not last that long. You might need to pull it back, and if you are going to pull it back, you can pull it back into this corner here. However, if there's characters that you need to be aware of, like a Black Panther, a Psylocke, a whatever that might flank, you know that they're going to contest this high ground. You know that that health pack is used a lot. That's why I don't like place my res beacon in here, because this room is used a lot by flankers, so you just need to pay attention. And if that is the case, you can easily just place your beacon back down here too. No one will look there. Now, on attack is pretty much the same thing, just mirrored. You can place it into this staircase here, and the defending team will never look there. That should clear you up until you get around here. Now, once you do get around here, you can place it down here into the staircase. And as you move on up, you have a very, very good god spot here, because they can get back into the fight pretty quickly, and it is a fast res location too. The defending team will not check this building, especially if they're defending. They're just going to back off into the corner down there. And let's say if you're fighting around here, when you're attacking, you're trying to get the last point, you can just do a quick dump behind this shit, and this will provide cover. This doesn't get destroyed, so they won't even see it. And yeah, that's about it. On defense, if they're just about to get the checkpoint and you want to find the place to put it into, you can put it into this building here. Just hillbot around here, hillbot, and then, you know, just dash it there and then go back. That's what I do. Great. And then on defense, if we're still holding them out around here, I would then place my beacon down here behind these test tube cylinders, and or place it behind this. Or if I have to go even further back, once I'm at this stage here, I can place it down here. It depends on where the car is. If the car is in that doorway, then it's already too late for that. Chances are they're going to have their divers coming in anyway, so I could place it behind this wall, or just behind here, behind any one of these walls. Now, on attack, I'm going to quickly go through it. I only have 20 seconds left. I really don't want to restart it. Oh god, I think I'm going to have to. But on attack, if we have to push, I will push through here, place it down there. Then I will push up and place it behind this pillar here as well. These don't get destroyed, so I'll place it in a way where the pillar is protecting it from the right and this is protecting it from the left. And I'll place it like someone like right here. And yeah, that's about it until we get the point. And then if we get even closer to the point, I can place it just there onto the wall on the right over there at the end. Now, I really like this map. Why? Because you can tell within the first 5 seconds if you have a shit raccoon in your team. And here's how you tell. If you have a rocket that places their res beacon in here or around here, you have a dog shit one. Why? Because this room is heavily used. They even TP a lot above here, and they will come downstairs as well to get the health pack. And you don't want to place it anywhere around here. Where do you want to place it? Just around the corner, right behind this box. They would... like, that is it. It's as simple as that. On defense, that's where you want to place it. And yeah, that's the number one spot I use on defense. Now, speaking about on offense, what do I do? It depends on how far pushed out they are. If they're pretty far pushed out, I'll place it down here until we can push them a little bit far back. Once we do, I would then destroy it and place it right here. None of these are destroyable, so yeah, it's protected pretty well. If we do push up and we do kill a few and, you know, the fight's going down, I would then enter this room and place it into here. Now, on defense, where would I place it? I would place it, Jesus Christ, I didn't mean to do that. I would place it into this corner here, angle it into the corner. That would cover majority of the time we have here defending. And if they do push up a little bit more, then I would pull my beacon back and place it into this room here as well. That is, you guys already know about this room, is pretty good. Most of the time people won't enter it because there's nothing actually really in here. You can even place it up into that corner there if they haven't pushed around the corner yet. Like if they're still around there, you can easily just place it there too. However, if a Black Panther does flank or like a Psylocke, they are going to immediately see it and it is very, very out in the open. Now on offense, when I am attacking and we just got the checkpoint, I will place it up against this wall, and that would cover for majority of the time we spend attacking until we get around the corner. Once we do get around the corner, then I might place it around here, right into this corner there. Yeah, this is pretty much the spot that I would use on offense all the time until we actually get this checkpoint. It covers almost everything and you shouldn't need to change it, so that is a very, very good spot right there, and it's pretty hidden too. On defense, what would I do when I'm down here? I place my Rez Beacon here. None of the attacking team or the flankers will check around here. I'll place it right there, and then I'll go back to heal bot. And I can also like heal bot around the corner behind this box like this, and I can still heal from safety. This whole area here will be destroyed. The walls can get destroyed, and everything here will be getting destroyed. A lot of people will be coming in and out around here, both your allies and your enemies. So that is why I wouldn't hang out around there. But yeah, that seems like the only spot you can use. On defense, if they still haven't pushed up that far, you can also use this wall. I have used this wall, place my Rez Beacon if they haven't still come around the corner yet, and they're still around there. Yeah, then that wall is pretty good. On attack, I might place one here. Most of the time, we'll just push them straight through anyway. So, and then you'll have like a little hold up around here. Once you're having a little hold up around there, you can place it behind this. And the good thing about that is it's not really destroyable and they can't really see it. So the defending team won't see it. So yeah, that's pretty good. And another spot that you can use whilst you are attacking is going to be this cave once you push up. However, on defense, what can you do if you're trying to hold them out around here? Same thing, just on the other side, place it down there. Or fall back and place it like right here. This spot is very good on attacking too. If you've attacked and the cart is right here, this is the best spot. You don't need to change it anywhere like else. Just as long as you're attacking until you get the final checkpoint, keep placing your Rez Beacon here and you'll be fine. They'll never find it. And yeah, on defense, if they've pushed the point all the way, another great spot you can place it into is going to be right behind this tree, into that corner there, and that is about it. You can also place it there on defense, but you need to keep an eye on it because their flankers might come. And if they do, then just destroy and move it back to that tree that I just told you. Right, off to the next map. Luckily, there isn't that many spots I can show you on this map, guys, so this one's going to end pretty quick. Number one spot being here. You can place it there. That'll be perfectly fine. You can also come around here, around the corner, and place it into this corner. This one would obviously cover more of the point. Let's say you do get the point and you do push them off the point and they're just respawning, you know, they're trying to come back like this, but over here. Where you can place it is going to be right here. I have also placed it onto here, up against this wall, if my team does push up super far. And yeah, that does cover my team too. You can also place it around here. Ideally, you just want to place it around corners on this map. I wouldn't place it anywhere on the high ground. It's way too obvious, and it takes too much of you to go there and to place it. Like, you can always just get a fast res as well if you just do that. The box is going to cover it, and usually they don't use that door on the right anyway, so quick pump and dump works as always. Great, on this map, you can get off a Kobe. It might not be the best one, but you can just do that and hopefully rest someone that just died up onto the point, or at least like around there, which has worked for me in the past before. You know, when we're going to have our first fight, I would place my beacon into that corner there. Then why? It shoots out so many armor packs onto the point, or the ones that are still coming to the point from your team. And yeah, you could just boost up your team pretty massive. I wouldn't place it around here. Most of the time, their flankers might, you know, see it and stuff. Now, they might see this beacon too. You know, if they are kind of winning the point, if they do push up slightly, they would see it. So you do need to keep your eye out. And most of the time, you do want to chill around here as Rocket anyway. And if you do get pushed back, you can just pull back and then put your beacon up onto this wall here. And that would also work perfectly fine. The only issue with this map is, as you can see, it keeps moving around a lot. So it can be very annoying. And most of the time, your beacons will be destroyed by the map. Like, if this happens, you can even place it into here and they won't see it. Like, even the ones on the point won't see it. It's very hard for them to see it unless they push all the way up. Now, you can even place it behind this if they don't have any flankers, you know, and you feel like it's pretty safe. Place it in the middle of this because the sides can be destroyed, but the middle stays the same. The middle is indestructible. And if your team pushes up and is trying to spawn trap them, this is also another great location to put for your teammates that are trying to, you know, spawn trap them and that might die a bit further ahead. If your team is the one that is spawn trapping, that spot is good, and so is this spot right here. Only 2 spots that I use. If we're getting spawn trapped and pushed back and the enemy team's here, I would place it into this corner, and if we're not, I would place it into this corner if we're just having a normal match or whatever. This is the spot that I would use for majority of the time in my games. I would stay here. I would never leave this room. I would bounce my heals off that wall ahead, and I would just heal my team constantly, providing them a constant res. And yeah, this is it. I would never leave this room. I don't need to leave this room. I would stay here for the end of my days. Now, if you're feeling frisky, if you're feeling adventurous, we have another spicy spot for you, which you can go up here and place it onto here. Why is this good? You get into super high ground if you want, if you've got like a Moon Knight or like an Iron Man. I don't know. If you want to just, you know, mess around, then yeah, sure, go for it. Now, if your team's attacking and has pushed them back into their spawn, where can you place it? Well, you can place it just outside around here. On defense, the number 1 spot that I do use is going to be right here, like right behind this dumpster. No one really checks towards the right. Even the attackers, they won't really go, they won't even see it until they fully look towards the right. So that spot is very good, especially on defense. Until they like push us all the way back, that's the spot that I would use. Now, on offense, what would I do? As this cart is moving as the way it is, once we get to this stage right here, I would place my beacon right down there. And whilst attacking, you know, I'll just keep moving it up onto these shops. Like, that's another great location right there. Like, on attack, if we're still pushing them, I could also place it into this corner here too. Attacking wise, you have a lot of corners, you have a lot of shops that the defending team won't go into, so on this map it's very easy for you on attacking. I could place it into here whilst defending, then I'll move back, I'll start hill botting. Another great location will be this corner right here. And yeah, whilst attacking, you can also just come into one of these rooms here and then just place a beacon right there too, and it'll be perfectly fine. That is about it for the first checkpoint. Let's go into the second. Now, for the second one, at the start, we won't hold them off around here for too long, but if we do, I would place my beacon up here, around here. Pretty well hidden. I can place my beacon here too. If I am defending and I do get pushed back around here, another great location I can put into is right here. Very easily accessible and close to the point. And then yeah, if I'm getting dropped back even further, I can place it into this corner too. However, their flankers might jump out through this window, so it depends. And if that does happen, then I wouldn't place it into there, and I'll just come here and place it right here. Make sure you place it up onto this wall, because if you place it here, they would see it. The attacking team will see it and they'll come and destroy it. So you want to place it like around there, or at least as close as to the wall as you can. Or if you want, you can just aim it there. It will bounce off this wall and drop down the staircase down here, making it even more hidden. Now, a super good spot on defending too that I forgot to tell you guys was up here. This is a very good gold spot, both on attacking and defending. Very close to the point, super fast res is almost impossible for them to see and kill. Now, talking about attacking on the second point, as I said, you've got many side doors that you can just place it behind, and you can also place it into this corner. It just depends on how far back you're pushing them. This part does get awkward. You don't really have any good areas you can place it into here. So although yes, you can rush and put it into there, you might not have the space for that yet. So if that is the case, you can always just go back here and then place it here. And then obviously, as you're pushing up, you can place it into there. If you're pushing up further, like I said, up there is very good. This is pretty much the spot that I would use until we get the whole checkpoint. I'll pretty much use up there, or like I might just do like a quick pump and dump down there towards the right, and yeah, then we'll get the checkpoint. Now, whilst we're defending, we would immediately drop back if they do get the point, and we'll keep falling back. The thing about this building is it keeps moving and it keeps shifting and it keeps changing, and it's very annoying, and it can, even that shit gets destroyed and changes, and it can annoy you. Maybe I should have let the cart come a bit closer before I changed it, because I wanted to see that change happen so I can talk about it. But yeah, regardless, before it changes, you can place it down here, place it into here. Defending wise, this is the only time where you have so many locations you can put it into. On attack, once you do get to like the final checkpoint, there's a road that goes off to the right, and it is right here actually, and all this rubble clears out. You can place it into this corner here, and the defending team won't look there, and you can easily just get like a fast res for your teammates to just contest the point as soon as they die. You can even place it there if you're attacking. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like this last checkpoint is very self-explanatory. It's very easy to like just find spots for you to place a res beacon into, so there's not really much for me to say. And if you are defending, you know, and you just spawned, you can always just place it behind, or you can chuck it up there if you know that none of their teammates are contesting the high ground or anything like that. Then yeah, that's also another good spot. Now, there is one more map left. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show you guys anything about this map because I haven't spent enough time playing on it, and I'm not like other YouTubers where I'm just going to waffle and pretend like I know something when I don't. If I don't know something, I'm just going to say I don't know it. So yeah, I'm not saying I haven't never played on it. It's just I don't feel like I'm in a spot right now to be giving advice on god spots and where you should be placing your beacons 100% of the time. That's all I'm saying. The reason why I made this video is because I made a No More Torrents guide video. So if you haven't checked that out, please do check that out too. I talked about how you can place No More Torrents on every single map and some god spots where you can hide it so they can't even see the torrents. If that does interest you, please do check that out too. One of you guys did comment to make this video, to make a Rez Beacon spots guide, just like I did for the No More Torrent guide. So you know who you are. I lost your comment. I forgot which video you commented on, but you know who you are. There was only one person that commented this and I made the video, and that is what I wanted to say to you guys. If you guys do want me to make videos for you, please do let me know what videos you want want to see, and I would happily make videos for you. Even if it's just one person, I will make an entire video for you. As annoying as it might be on the duration on this video, I want you guys to understand something. Yesterday, I tried to record this video myself. I recorded like an hour and 56 minutes, and my Elgato crashed, and I lost the entire footage. And then today, I struggled with recording again. My microphone would just cut out, and I failed. Like, it was just so frustrating to record this. And what I'm trying to say is, the video might be 50 minutes long, or 40 minutes long, or 30 minutes long, or an hour long. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I assure you, it was 4 times longer for me to even record this, and then I still have to go and edit the video off. Trust me, you're not the only one that just wants the video to end. If you have watched it towards the end though, I hope I made it entertaining for you. I hope you learned something new. I hope you do think more about your Rez Beacon placements now, and I hope I have taught you ways where you can do it. If you have any questions, the comment section is there for a reason. I love you all. Thank you all so much for the continued love and support. If you do want to see anything else, like I said, all I need is a comment and I'll get on it if I think it's a good idea. I do have a Discord as well. If you do want to join up, then feel free to join up. We do have a LFG group for console players and for PC players. If you are on PC or if you are on console and you want to play Marvel Rivals but you don't have any friends to play with and you do want to climb, we do have sections where you can actually find people to play with that actually do want to rank up. So yeah, you can join the Discord for that. Or if you want me to coach you, if you feel like you want to improve your gameplay and you want another insight and you want someone else to see ways where you can improve and to spot your mistakes and to help you improve and to help you climb, you can reach out to me in the coaching section there too. Everyone I have coached has climbed. There has not been a single guy that I have coached that didn't climb. I have 100% success rate so far, so take that for what you will. If you do want to be coached by me, join the Discord, message me, and yeah, we'll get onto that as well. Well, with that being said, guys, yeah, let's put an end to this video. Take care. See you next time. This is what I mean, man. Look, Elgato is so shit, man. It's fucking frozen on me again. This 4K capture card, I hate it. This is the worst thing ever. I just spent so long recording a video, and I'm gonna lose it all. This is the saddest thing ever. Oh my god, man, this happened to me many times as well. There's so many times where I just record content and I just can't upload it because shit like this just happened. And I spent 1 hour and 50 minutes just talking to myself. Man, so frustrating.